Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your number one source for income-oriented investing. Time to check out the Harvest High Income Shares monthly update. This is so popular that I've realized I'm going to make a monthly series out of this. So every month I'm going to keep you updated on HHIS, all the Harvest High Income Shares, if there's any distribution increases or decreases. We have a lot to talk about today because another press release was released today on October the 3rd. So first of all, let's look at the September distributions first. So HHIS unchanged at 25 cents per month. Almost going to hit $1 billion, by the way, in AUM. So congrats to Harvest on that. And we actually have two increases. So Broadcom, once again, an increase from 27 cents to 32 cents. And even Google, the Googie one, going from 12 cents to 15 cents. So obviously, it's not hard to understand why these stocks have been on a tear. Maybe their volatility has been ticked up a little bit, so we got two increases. And as far as I could tell on the enhanced ones, anyway, no distribution decreases, including the strategy one, which was still declared at 55 cents, so same like last month. So that is it for that. And of course, we have some big news when it comes to the four new ones that have been added. Circle, which is related to crypto, stable coins, Reddit. We all know what Reddit is. Robinhood, right? Finally, the Robinhood has been added, discount broker, if you will. That's super popular. It's kind of like the Wealthsimple, but in the US, just much bigger. And Sophie as well. So these four are new. They're now listing, and the first distributions have been declared, and not surprising at all, because these are very violently volatile stocks. The yields are absolutely enormous on these. So I think they all started at $12, which means the initial yield on Circle on $12, okay, on the $12, 40%. You got 35% on Reddit, which recently took a tumble right after this ETF was launched, I believe. How unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. So you see, that's why now it's at like 9.59. Started at 12, now it's at 9.59. Reddit, just very volatile stock, so I expect that volatility to continue. Robinhood at 30% yield, and again, this is just based on the launch price of $12. It's already at 15 here, so the yield is less than 30 now. And Sophie at 32% yield, and it's under $12. I guess it went down a little bit. So those are the distribution rates for the four new ones. And of course, $1 million question has been answered by the press release today that just came out. So first of all, big news is that HHIS.U is going to come out. So if you're interested, if you have a USD currency, HHIS.U is coming out soon. So you don't have to convert your money if you have USD lying around. For example, this is great if you want to generate USD in a TFSA or cash account or an RSP, and you don't want to invest in the US denominated or US ETFs. Well, now we have HHIS.U. So that's pretty good. And also, and I pretty much expected this, they removed the cap of 15 stocks on HHIS. So HHIS, remember the all-in-one product, right, that we all love and hold dear to our hearts. There was a cap of 15 Harvest High Income Shares, which means they maxed it out. But with the four new ones, of course, with Reddit, Circle, the other one, Sophie, and Robinhood, is it going to be added to HHIS? Well, we got our answer today. The answer is yes. So just like it says here, a quote from Michael Kovacs here, if you read, but basically, Harvest expects all the aforementioned income shares, which is the four new ones, to be included in HHIS on or before October 31st, 2025. So there's your answer, guys. The four new ones are going to be added to HHIS. So we'll probably see it in HHIS when they update their holdings next month. They typically update the holdings. You have the date here. So maybe when they update the next time, it's going to be October 30, 31. Maybe they'll have the new ones, maybe not. But then at the latest, for sure, in the November update, you'll see. But like the press release says, by end of October, the four are going to be added. So I believe this is going to Obviously, because the 4 new ones are very, very volatile, guys, we see with the distribution rates here, I think HHIS will definitely get a bump in yield. This is just my opinion, my prediction. I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but I have a strong suspicion that HHIS might increase their distribution. You know, some 25 cents, maybe it'll go to 26 cents, 27 cents. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. Remember that HHIS is the average, right? Or it's a conglomerate of all soon to be 19. And I think the JP Morgan one is coming out as well. There was just, Harvest let me know that there was some sort of issue with the naming convention, so there's a bit of a delay to launch that one. So I think the JP Morgan one is going to come soon. There's just going to be a delay, and I figure that one's not going to have much super high yield because it's a much less volatile stock. So probably the yield of a Microsoft or an Apple, which is my opinion. So there you have it, guys. Big news today. We got the 4 distribution rates, or the starting distribution rates for the 4 new ones, which are very high because they're very volatile. HHIS.U is coming out. The 4 new ones will be added to HHIS eventually by end of October. In terms of the Canadian ones now, we know that they have Canadian ones. They have 10 of them, plus the all-in-one HHIC. The first distribution rates, I guess, were confirmed, right? So if you look at the Shopify one, for example, did they post it? Yeah, these are the first ones, guys, that are going to be paid out in a couple of weeks. So I think they're all exactly as predicted. And you have the all-in-one here, which is 16 cents based, which is basically 16% yield based on a $12 start price. But the Canadian market has been on fire, so now it's at $13, so the yield is probably near the 15.5% mark. And you have the distribution rates here for the single stock Canadian ones as well. So that's it for this month's update. I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to keep you updated on any changes for the Harvest High Income shares every single month. Give me a thumbs up, so I know that you guys appreciate this quick update and monthly series. And next time, because I was traveling, it's going to be out sooner. It's typically, I like to do it when the new distributions or the press release for the distributions, the new distributions of the month are released. So we're going to do this again next time, everyone. Stay safe, stay passive, stay honorable. Take care.